Hello, sweet friends. Come on in. I have such a fun thing to share with you. It's kind of like story time while I was thrifting. And so a surprise and delight find that maybe some of you can relate with. And then I just have a few other things. It's been a while since I did a little thrifty haul. I share some of the cool stuff I find, share pictures of it and little reels and things like that. But I thought we would just get some live energy going. So say hi. Tell me what you're doing on this wonderful Wednesday night. I am coming at you live from my dining room. If the sounds a little different than you're used to for me, it's because I'm trying to wear a mic for some better sound quality. But anyway, I'm in my dining room and we are going to just have a short and sweet chat and visit about thrifty happiness. So let me just adjust my camera just a little bit because I am also, like I said, I'm sort of doing backwards stuff right now. Oh, the hoops we will jump through to hang out with y'all better. And so I can't see, but I can see down here. So that's what I'm looking at is my iPad. Hey, Gail. Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Marie. Okay, I think that's better. So I have a better angle there. It felt kind of funny. Anne and Debbie, it's good to see you. Hey, Michelle, LaFonda Crafts in the house. Let's talk chalk and DIY with Mia. What a cool name. I love that. How are you? Okay, so I have a really surprise. Look, I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek, but this is the back of it, okay? Okay, I'm going to show this last. I only have like 5 things that I thrifted today. If you're like, I haven't seen your thrifting videos because I did a lot of hauls in a row. I went a little crazy, okay? And then I had to kind of stop going to the thrift store so much. Y'all probably can relate to that. And so I have been very, very intentional about what I bring home from the thrift store. And so I go in there usually expecting just to kind of browse and get inspiration here and there, but maybe not leave with anything. But today got me 5 things. I found 5 things, and I'm going to show you a bonus 6th thing that I found earlier this week when I took my daughter to a little thrift shop. Here we have a little bookstore and coffee shop, and they just had the most unique find out in their store. So I grabbed it too, and I'll show you that. But today, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, what I love about little thrifty hauls, because this is a very short one, is sometimes I like to style something real quick, and I have a super simple styling for one thing I picked up. But let me know. I've got one thing in particular that I know what it is, but I'm just wondering if y'all could think of any other unique uses for it. And I'll show that to you here in a minute. But I get really excited about little brass things. So here's my first find, this little brass candlestick. I just thought it was very, very unique. So what I'm wondering is the design of this ring here. So always excuse my ignorance. Part of the fun of thrifting and knowing vintage and collecting vintage, I did not Google lens this or anything before showing y'all. I know it's a candle holder. That was obvious. I paid $1.75 for it. Solid brass sticker there. But I'm wondering if it was designed at all to hang on a hook on the wall, or I feel like it could be both. But if you know, I would love to know. But I have a brass collection. I have a lot of collections. Don't y'all? Thank you. Where did I get this? Y'all, I just got this at Five Below this week. Not Five Below, sorry. Pop Shelf. Do y'all have one of those near you? Pop Shelf. That is where I got this shirt. So, unique candlestick. So, I'm just trying to think, like, how we could display it that would be unique. And I know this is the bottom, but I'm just wondering if it was meant to be hung. So I don't know. Maybe there's another use I'm not aware of, but I can always go check it out. So that's the first thing. And just when I think, okay, I can't resist looking at baskets. Y'all, I have an insane basket collection. If you know, you know. And then I always have gotten much more picky when I go to the basket section. But this little cottage basket, it just grabbed me. What did I get for it? $1.75. When I call it a cottage basket, it's because I immediately think of cottage, and it's like thicker weaving and just really nice quality. It's got one little piece of that in there that I can probably just tuck in and fix. Super cute. I love the color. It's not orangey. I have a lot of orange tones in my house. I have a lot of original stuff, but if y'all collect baskets, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of them tend to have that orange, and this has a warm brown tone to it. And I have baskets all over the house. Like, what do you love using baskets for? Because I find them Super, super useful around the house. Maybe just to carry it. Maybe just to carry the candle around. I don't know. It's pretty cool. And I'll tell you one of my favorite things that I have discovered that I used to not use in my house really that much because I don't have any real taper candles that I will burn often, if any. I probably have some in the stash somewhere, but those battery operated tapers, I bought a bunch from Tractor Supply at Christmas and I love those, and so one of those would go in here nicely. But anyway, so just a cute little cottage basket, and this would be sweet. And also, it's hard for me to give away my lovely baskets that I collect, but it is good to collect baskets to give gifts in. You don't have to keep it. You can turn around and gift it. Okay, here's the thing I want your help with. So obviously I know what this is. I gave $1.75 for this as well. I'm doing good. I'm on $1.75, except for the last two things. They were not $1.75. So 2 more items to go plus that bonus item I'm going to show y'all. This is all hung up, but this is really heavy. This is not your average kind of cheaper looking, more affordable, hanging basket. This is like wrought iron. It is so heavy, and I was excited. $1.75. I was really excited. So I have to get some of it untangled, but look how nice that is. And so obviously I think about plants, but something I saw recently, I love my little birds outside. Who loves their birds? And they are eating like crazy. I was thinking if I could find a little terracotta saucer that would just nestle right in the top of here, I could turn this into a hanging bird feeder. Do y'all think that's a good idea? I think it'd be really sweet and a unique use for it. And I bet you I could find one like a stone colored or something that would make this really pretty, and then just fill it with some bird seed. I was kind of thinking that would be a unique use for it. So if you find something, kind of like this. Yeah, I don't know. It is so heavy. So whether it was for a planter or like somebody said maybe a fruit basket, definitely could have been. But $1.75 I thought not a bad price at all. And I think I am actually going to convert it to a bird feeder. So stay tuned for that. We'll find us a little saucer, terracotta stone or stone saucer that'll fit right down in there. And we'll put some birdseed in it. So, okay, got through the candlestick, we got through the little wrought iron piece, the cute little cottage basket. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Wednesday. Ooh, yes, Kimberly, that's a great idea too. Repurposing those little hanger pieces outside, and putting things that birds can use to nest. Y'all, I love birds, but I'm just going to vent for 1 minute. Do y'all have barn swallows near you that make mud nests? These birds are relentless. It's like why they build their mud nest right where you walk in, like right on our side door, under our patio. And they're like swooping and diving, and they're so beautiful. Gosh, they're a beautiful bird, but they're like all up in your face. So I don't know if y'all have those where you're at, but they are busy making their mud nest right now. So there's just a little vent. Yes, a bird bath. Could just put water in there. That's a good idea. Oh, thank you, Candy. Frames that change in the house. Yes, that would make a cute mushroom if you're into mushrooms for sure. Yes, okay, that's what I'm going to do, Laverne. When I saw it, I was like, ooh, in a butterfly feeder. Yes. Hey, Jamie, how are you? So, okay. Now look, this one fooled me. Have y'all ever been out thrifting? And if you love vintage, which I'm fine, like I don't just thrift vintage. I just like buying things secondhand most of the time. I don't want to pay the full price for them. This one got me. I ran over to this and I was like, oh my gosh, look at this hand-forged pitcher handle. Look how beautiful this copper is. And then I picked it up and I was like, I don't know about that. It's beautiful. $4.75 is what I paid for it. But I paid barely under what it was retail. Because I'm going to tell you, I turned it over and I saw that it was from Home Goods. And the original price was $7.99. So still, it was $8 originally. I paid $4.75. I would have bought it at a garage sale or something. But I mean, this one really got me. These vintage reproductions, they can sometimes fool you. Okay. So I've got my surprise and delight find to show you next, and then my bonus one. So hang tight. All right. I'm excited about pictures like this. I don't thrift a lot of really tall pictures. So I was excited to find this one. Oop. And then I'm just going to show you how pretty it's going to look with some creamy colored flowers. So I'm all like, look at that hand-forged handle. Like a blacksmith did it or something. But this is good old Home Goods. Good old Home Goods got me, and this will be really beautiful. I have copper in my house all year long. Someone mentioned something about the hutch behind me. Hold on. I missed that comment. Dot said, can't help noticing the hutch behind you. Love the white that highlights your items. Just did that to a shelving unit. Yeah, so when I thrifted this piece, it was like I love green, but it was a weird kind of limey green inside. And I thought for the longest I'd leave it, but when I painted it this creamy grayish white, it made all the difference in the stuff that I was displaying on it. I love the two-tone look. Okay, so how pretty. And then I don't even know what that looks like to y'all because I didn't even check it out. But of course I would arrange it to where it looked right. But then, you know, if we're going patriotic, throw us a little flag in there. Look at there. Yeah, look, a flag will work. Just go around. If you are looking for a simple way to make your home patriotic, all you got to do is walk around, get you some flags, and put them in everything you had from the spring. And that'll work out great for your patriotic decorations. So I'm excited about having that picture in the collection for me to pull out at all the holidays. Oh, thank you. Got it pulled half up today. It is hot and humid today here in Louisiana. Yes, copper looks especially beautiful in the fall. I could not agree more. Okay, let me show you this bonus find before I show you the surprise one, because it was happy. Okay, I already shared that I found this little fella and added him to my collection. And I gave a little bit more for him than I would have liked to, I guess. But since I'm kind of collecting this kind of stuff for the holiday, I mean, it's just what I'd pay for something brand new. So I paid $16 for him. And I got him at kind of like, it's a thrift store that's like the other thrift store I go to, but it's a little bit more higher end. They pick some of the nicer things to pull and share in there. Will I paint? Nothing I showed you today so far will I paint. Just because this is my style with the original vintage finish and the copper and the brass and all that. But isn't he beautiful? I can't wait to display him and, you know, lean him up in some kind of little, you know, patriotic gathering. He's awkward a little bit, but he'll just look so cute set next to something that's patriotic. I mean, that's so beautiful. So I'm happy to add in the collection. Okay, now, I don't know, cast bronze, I'm not really sure. But I do see, I like this. Look, it has little hangers. I don't know if you can see that. It has little holes and hangers where I can hang them up if I wanted to, I guess. I could string something through there. I thought it was really neat. Oh, yeah, so I have several eagle bells, and I've been slowly collecting things with the eagles on it to decorate for the patriotic season. So it's been when people see, y'all may feel this way too, like when people see your collections, they're like, oh my goodness, you find all this good stuff. Well, some of this stuff has taken me years to curate. I mean, it's not like I just go and have the mother load of all copper pieces in one trip or something like that. So it just takes time, and that's part of the specialness of it when you get to put it in your home. Okay, let me see what you think if John Foster on American Idol. I don't follow American Idol. I'm sorry, so I have no idea what you're talking about. Sherry, I love thrifting. I just try to go often and see. So here's my surprise find that I gave you a sneak peek at the beginning of the video. Do you know my friend Danielle with Imperfect Dust? If you don't, she's a Christian hand lettering artist. She shares her digital dust files. Sometimes I use them on my crafty projects. You might have seen some other crafters use them. And she happens to be kind of my neighbor in a sense. We both live in North Louisiana, and we both, you know, see each other pretty regularly. And I came across this, okay? And she said, I sent her a message today, and she said that was an older sign, so I don't know when she made it. But look how beautiful. I walked in and saw this hanging up in the thrift store. And look, I have found my stuff in the thrift store. When I used to sell my crafts and make things, I found things that I did all the time, and that's really funny. But I recognize this hand lettering from afar, okay? And so my daughter, we're actually trying to put the finishing touches on her bedroom. It says, nothing compares to the promise I have in you. And my daughter is all about this, y'all. She is all about some Jesus. She is like, y'all, we'll just have to share some little pictures from her room. Finally finished up my younger daughter's beach themed room. Y'all are probably like, did you ever finish that room? This, again, I know that this is relatable, but when you get going on a project, sometimes you burn out and then you don't come back to it for months. And that's kind of what happened. We had all the decorations for the wall to set in a box. We finally got it done, so I'll have to share some pictures. She's excited to show it off. But anyway, how sweet is this? My daughter, who's going to be 16 this month, is so excited to feature this on her wall. She loves Miss Danielle, and it's exciting. So for her to have another one of her pieces, we already have some of Danielle's work in our house, but $3. Danielle said, how much did you pay for it? I said, $3.75. So good deal here. And probably a sign like this, I don't know. I don't think she's watching right now. I didn't tell her I was going live with it, but I mean, I would think a sign like this would at least be $40 or maybe 50, not sure. But anyway, big old sign, pretty excited. So immediately when I walked in the thrift store, I was like, hey, that's my friend's work, you know. And so I scooped it up because I knew my daughter would love it, and she does. All right. So, oh, he's from Louisiana. Okay. Well, I'll have to look into that. I don't, not following along. So I love this because it looks like the green chalkboard. My daughter really loves sage green. So if you don't know who Danielle with Imperfect Dust is, you should go follow along with her. She teaches and inspires people to do their own hand lettering, and she also sells things. But anywho, what a fun surprise. So not every day you walk in and find something that somebody you know made. So I thought that was a fun surprise today, just a happy one. And Dot, I hear that a lot, that our thrift store prices are, ooh, this, look how pretty. This looks so good together. Look, we're just going to put a whole little thing together here. I've heard that our thrift store prices are really good here. And I have gone thrifting in other states, and I have to agree. I'm like, I want my Louisiana thrift store prices. So, anyway, if you ever think about traveling and going to find, bring yourself a trailer, fill up the back of your SUV, get some good stuff. So, all right. Well, this was really fun spending this time with y'all and showing y'all my fun finds. Thank you so much. And also, as we were kind of chatting through everything, one of my favorite things about sharing the thrifted finds with y'all is to inspire you, because a lot of this is not crazy unique stuff that you'll never find in your thrift stores either. And so I am always tickled to kind of like talk about it. And, I could just have a conversation about thrifting and repurposing all day long. So it's really fun to get to share it with y'all who love some of y'all love it as well. And I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday evening. It's been great hanging out with you. Appreciate you being here. And stay tuned. Make sure you comment the word channel if you want to be notified via Messenger when I'm about to be live. That's when I send a quick little message. I have a bunch of people over there on that list. And if you want to connect with me in other ways besides social media and maybe hop on my email list or kind of figure out where you can see my other content, you can comment the word connect. And you'll see different ways to get on my email list and stay connected that way. So I appreciate y'all. I'll talk to you later. Have a good evening. Bye.